Hello Mark, it's Nikki. I hope you've had a really good weekend. Mine has quite frankly sucked for reasons that I won't go into, but suffice to say we didn't do a live Transport Evolved yesterday, as you know, because we had a multiple failure in all our equipment. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Your views on Mia last week were very interesting. You seem to be quite disappointed that Mia and other small niche boutique automakers were going out of business, because they essentially are. I can't think of a single automaker that was around a few years ago that actually makes an electric vehicle now that isn't a mainstream automaker. Okay, companies like Twike are still around, Blitz still around, City L, I don't think that's around anymore. Mia, obviously, they're in financial difficulties. They haven't really ended yet, but it's a matter of time, I think we all agree. Mega City, gee whiz, the Riva. Well, okay, Riva's still around, still making cars, but that's in India. In Europe, they kind of closed shop. The point I'm trying to make is that not very many automakers, or should I say boutique electric car makers, because frankly, Mark, I think to call them automakers is a bit too much. They're not around anymore, and there's one reason. Making electric cars is really difficult. I mean, all of the legislation they have to go through, all of the certification. A lot of the small automakers, Mia wasn't one of them, but a lot of these small, I'm going to call them boutique automakers, they were there because they fitted into a loophole in the law in Europe and also in the US for NEVs. Do I miss them? I suppose I miss some. I mean, I missed the City L because it was stupidly badly made, but fantastically good fun. I am going to be disappointed if Twike goes under because it's just such a unique and different vehicle. Mia, not so much. I think we need to look on this as an evolutionary process. Survival of the fittest, and while it would be nice to have a really big marketplace full of small boutique automakers who made really nice city NEVs and low-speed electric vehicles, and maybe even like Mia, a full-size, supposedly highway-capable, but definitely underpowered electric car, they would still survive, and there would be, you know, this wonderful buyer choice, and everyone could choose the car that they were best suited to. But unfortunately, survival of the fittest is part of an open marketplace. Which brings me on to today's topic, Mark. I want to talk to you about automakers like Tesla being bought by electronics giants like Apple. There's been more news this week, in fact overnight, that Tesla had talks with Apple last year in the fall. And people are automatically assuming that that means that Tesla is going to be purchased by Apple. It's not going to happen. You know why? Because Tesla is an automaker. They are one of the few to survive. In fact, Tesla is the only automaker that started as a startup in the last 70 years and is still going now. The last car company to do that, I think, was Chrysler. That was 70 years ago. I suspect the meeting was more about technology. Apple offering Tesla its technology. We already know that Tesla and Google work very closely on projects. So it wouldn't surprise me if Apple and Tesla start working together. I mean, Siri integration into your Model S, that would be cool. And maybe there's the battery thing. I mean, Tesla's announcing this mega factory. Just think, if Apple got on board with Tesla and purchased all of its batteries in America, that would be pretty cool for Apple. It makes sense for Apple, who wants to bring all of its manufacturing back to the US, to work with Tesla, because Tesla is promising the largest battery factory of its kind anywhere in the world. But an iCar? It's not going to happen yet. When Tesla was founded, Elon Musk was very clear that he wanted to make an electric car that was affordable for everyone. He wanted everybody to have an electric car. Tesla hasn't achieved that yet because Teslas are too expensive still. But there is something that Tesla might have that Apple is interested in. Self-driving technology. AI. And I know that that's something that Tesla's been working on, and I know that that's something that Apple's been working on. Maybe they're looking to work together. But it's not going to happen. At least not yet. And if it does, I'll buy you a dinner, Mark. So, what are you going to talk about tomorrow? See you on Wednesday.